Right, so I just got done reading chapter 1 about Eva and Franco, and I guess I'm just going to go off a few of the questions that were brought up on the wiki pages. So, going off the first one, who was Luther Blissett, what I got from it was that Eva and Franco kind of adopted the name, and they used it almost like on the internet how names pop up as anonymous, so that's how they kind of hid their disguise. They didn't want to come out as their real name, so they used this as a backup. Darko Maver, kind of the same thing, a bit different, but he was a famous Slavonian criminologist, and he basically had a website called Rotten.com, and even Franco kind of came upon it, and what I'm getting from it is that they saw all these images were displayed, and it's basically all just corpses and human and animal deformations, just all together like obscene images are placed, and I guess he just kind of created themselves. Some were mannequins, some weren't. Question number 3. The lives of Lisette and Maver do bring up a few questions in mind. It makes me wonder if the works of art we're surrounded by now, like, you know, the artists that created them, do they exist themselves, or is this like also just another way of someone else or another couple kind of like disguising themselves and like going big through someone else's name? Like, who knows, like, if they exist or not. What did Eva and Franco steal? In 1995, they started at the age of 19, and they would go into museums, and it was either together or separately, and they would just kind of steal bits of famous artwork. And some things they would steal would like take a few minutes, and then others would be like panned out for a few days, but most of it was pretty noticeable, but they got away with it all, so that's good, I guess. I don't know what their theft really says about art itself. I guess the only thing I can come up with is that it's almost a sacrifice that they're making. They're going out of their boundaries to get what they want. It's what they craved, and they were good at doing it. So that's all I could really come up with for that one. And then they made fake newspapers and movie posters. So from that, I feel that their whole hoax behind it was a way to satisfy the attention that they wanted, because that's really what they craved ultimately. And I think that it all started when they first got their encounter with the media, and they made up this satanic ritual where they like used meat and floppy disks, and they were planning on like manipulating the media firsthand, but instead they seemed to be more interested with them, and then they started to embellish their stories to please their viewers. That's that. And I guess lastly, to summarize it all, what I found really interesting was how they basically like had no privacy, and for I guess 3 years they lived in like complete exposure, which is weird to me, I guess, but in a way I think people like to see that, and they want to see firsthand what's going on. So when someone's giving an opportunity to like basically just see their lives firsthand and like see everything there is, like there's no privacy whatsoever, like it makes them a bigger deal, and people want to get to know more about them. So I really found that interesting. And I guess that is it. So goodbye.